You're listening to Unfolding Infinity, a podcast for the curious, the conscious, and the courageous. Here we journey into the space between science and spirit, body and mind, known and unknown. Each episode's an invitation to expand beyond limitations, beyond beliefs, into the vast intelligence that resides within you. Because you were never meant to fit in a box. You were born to unfold infinitely. Welcome to your unfolding. You're listening to Unfolding Infinity, where we explore the intersection of science and self, the seen and the unseen, the known and the potential waiting to be realized. I'm Sherry, and today we're diving into something most of us have felt very deeply, fear of the future. Whether it's political unrest or economic uncertainty, the rising cost of living, health decisions, or even AI's rapid evolution, we're living in a time of big questions and very few solid answers. And this episode's more than just about naming those fears, it's about understanding how they shape us, biochemically, emotionally, and mentally, and how we can move beyond being hijacked by them into becoming creators of our future, even when we can't control the outcome. Let's name that fear. Let's start with naming what's real. People are afraid of losing their jobs. People are afraid of governments making decisions for them. They're afraid of the children growing up in a world that feels unfamiliar. They're afraid that AI will outpace humanity. And some are simply afraid of how fast everything's moving. And these are legitimate fears. They come from a place of connection to what matters, out of survival, out of wanting to feel safe and in control. But that's the paradox, because the one thing that fear tries to give us, control, is the one thing that we don't really have when it comes to the future. Let's talk about the biochemistry of fear. When fear is triggered, the amygdala, which is a piece of the brain, it hijacks the rest of the brain. Cortisol and adrenaline hormones, those are our stress hormones, and they flood your body. And your nervous system shifts into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode. This is a brilliant design, for a moment. But most of us aren't in danger for a moment. We're in a slow, chronic drip of fear. What does this do to us long term? It suppresses your immune system. It accelerates aging. It hijacks your decision making, keeping you stuck in survival mode. And it shuts down your access to higher intuition and your creativity. In body talk, we often observe how the brain encodes fear-based imprints and how the body stores them in our tissues and our organs. This forms patterns that can loop indefinitely. Fear quite literally reshapes your biology. Consider this. Every single cell in your knee is replaced over time, completely replaced. On average, the entire knee regenerates within 5 to 6 years. In theory, that means a sore knee shouldn't persist any longer than 5 or 6 years. That's cellular cycle. Yet anyone with chronic knee pain will let you know it can persist longer than that. So why? Because each new cell isn't created in isolation. It's formed within the same environment of stress, emotional imprint, or fear that existed before. The body recreates what it remembers. If fear remains unresolved, it continues to program each new cell, perpetuating the chronic issue rather than resolving it. Here's the tough part. Acceptance, not repression. So here's the truth. You cannot think your way out of fear. You have to feel it. You've got to name it and breathe through it. Suppressing fear only buries it deeper in the body. What we resist persists. But when we accept fear as a messenger, a signal asking for presence, then we begin to shift. We stop fighting it and we start listening. And from there, we can act. So what can we do? You don't need to control the world. Obviously, that's impossible. You just need to engage with it from a regulated state. So here are 5 practical tools that you can use to accommodate your fear, to work through it. Number 1, Breathe deeply and consistently. Often we get stuck holding our breath. So the breath calms the vagus nerve and it signals safety to the brain. So try coherent breathing. Breathing in for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds. Even some long exhales throughout the day is beneficial. Number 2, get a body talk session or tap out your cortices. Use the cortices technique to rebalance the brain when you're on your own. If you're in a body talk session, techniques like switching can come up to resolve inner polarity for when you feel scattered, or active memory technique can deal with unresolved issues that have been stored. You could even learn body talk access. It teaches you 5 techniques that can help you get grounded back into your body. You can learn it in one day, and you can apply it in under 10 minutes a day. Number 3, limit inputs that reinforce fear. Curate your news. Watch your scrolling. Fear sells, and we often buy it without even realizing. Number 4, create with attention. Fear is future-based, so bring yourself into the now. Ask, what can I focus on today? Is it a meal, a conversation, a painting, a plan? Creation is the antidote to fear. Number 5, connect with others. Take inventory of who you are currently connected with and make sure you're not unconsciously collaborating to breed more fear. Fear isolates. Connections heal. Whether it's community, mentorship, or spiritual practice, find your anchors. Here's the bigger truth. You don't have control over what happens in the world, but you have sovereignty over how you meet it. And the future isn't written in the stars. It's unfolding through your nervous system, your choices, and your presence. And let's take a minute to dive deeper into the idea of control, because this is where so many of our fears take root. Control is an illusion. It's not something that you sort of have or you sort of don't have. It's like being pregnant. You either are or you're not. And if you truly had control, you would never feel out of control. Think about that. If you had it, you'd be able to use it whenever you needed it. And then that would make you always in control. But the very fact that you're feeling things are spinning out of your control is proof that you never actually had it to begin with. We live in a co-creative universe, not a controlled one. The future is not a fixed destination. It's a dynamic unfolding, shaped moment by moment through presence and responsiveness. And the tighter we grip, the more it slips through our fingers. But when we release the illusion of control, we open ourselves up to something more powerful. Agency. Agency means making conscious decisions, not controlling outcome. It's about showing up again and again, even when the path isn't clear. It's the difference between trying to command the ocean and learning to surf the waves. The shift from control to agency is where your power lies. Fear isn't the enemy, but staying stuck in fear keeps you from the future that your soul is asking you to help create. And as Rumi so eloquently put it, you're not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. This is what true agency means. You don't need to control the waves. You are the wave, the water, the rhythm of possibility itself. So here's my closing thoughts. Just breathe. Get grounded. Feel that fear. But don't stop there. Act, create, connect. Because you were never meant to be controlled by fear. You were meant to unfold infinitely. Until next time, thanks for being here. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the vast space of possibility. If today's episode stirred something within you, stay curious, stay open, and let that unfolding continue. You're not here to play small. You're here to live consciously, courageously, and infinitely. And if you'd like to go deeper, explore some healing sessions, or learn about an upcoming course, visit the website 8potential.com. And if this podcast is supporting your own unfolding, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone walking a similar path. Until next time, be well, be bold, and keep unfolding.